Oh, I almost did the Green and Gold Radio intro. All right. So, Will, how's junior year going for you so far?
Pretty well so far. Honestly, less busy than I expected.
Hmm.
Hasn't been that much work, and like most clubs and stuff haven't really started. Anything I've really been busy with is soccer, so
Right.
that's pretty much been it. Yeah.
How often do those practices take place?
Usually like it's kind of erratic sometimes, but we don't have it on Thursdays. But pretty much other than that, it's pretty much every other day, unless we have a game on like a Wednesday or
Right.
something, which we do this week against Saint Ignatius. So,
Ooh, big game,
yeah.
big game. So, what other stuff do you do around the school?
Well, I'm involved in a few different stuff. So obviously I play soccer, but then I do Model UN, which is like international program stuff, and I do mock trial as well. And then in the spring I play rugby as well, and I do like student ministers, and then just like NHS and student ambassadors, which is that's not really like a club or anything.
No, but it's still important
Yeah,
nevertheless.
that's true. And just trying to think. I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah.
All right, cool. So, Will, where did you grow up?
So it's pretty much everyone can tell from my accent. I grew up in England, so but I moved here when I was 8, I think, almost 9, and yeah, so I mostly grew up in England. Yeah.
Nice. What was it like there?
Um, I don't know. It's hard to describe. I get this question a lot. I don't know. I mean, it's been a while since I've lived, obviously, so the idea in my head is probably quite different for what it's actually like right now. But it was quite different. We didn't really have grades in England. Like, I was in elementary school, obviously, but we just got like. I mean, they obviously told us if we got something wrong, but there was no like grades, like no A's or
Hmm.
B's or anything. But I lived in a very small village. There was like only like 200 kids in our whole school, which was pretty wild. And there was only like one class per year, if that makes sense. And yeah, so I lived in a very small village. Yeah.
All right. Well, has there been any real cultural difficulties that you faced coming from England to America?
I would mainly say like the schooling system, as I mentioned before. It's much more like official here,
Right.
and that probably comes from moving from like a smaller town to like a larger town like Avon. I went to Avon elementary school and then middle school, so that's probably been the main difference, like education. But I mean, everyone was really nice when I moved here and helped me adjust really well, and you know they always like my accent, which is a huge plus. So.
I bet it is. So, in your life, what would you say is the biggest struggle you've faced?
Well, I mean, the elephant in the room, like moving to America, that would probably be my biggest struggle. Just like moving away from all my friends, I would say it's the biggest struggle. Like they made like a book for me when I left. It had like just like a personal message from each of them, like telling me like they missed me and stuff like that, which was pretty nice. So I have something to hold on to. But that's certainly been my biggest challenge. And sometimes I just just have like pangs, and something just reminds me of when I lived in England, and so that's hard sometimes.
Right, yeah. What would you say is your biggest regret in life?
Um, that's a tough question.
Yeah.
But my biggest regret, I don't really have too many regrets, but if I had to pick one, it would be probably not staying in touch with my friends from England as much as I could have. Like I did it for the first few years I was here. Like my best friend, he had a house in Florida, in Orlando, and they used to visit there every like spring break or in the summer. So sometimes I would like go down and meet them there, and I would spend like a week there in their house, which was pretty sick, and was a way for me to just like keep in touch with them. But over the years, it's just kind of lessened and lessened, because like we grow up and we grow apart from everyone. So like, and I just don't really speak to him anymore. Or I don't really speak to a lot of the people from my old school. So like, I still remember them and still like cherish the memories I have, but probably not staying in touch with them or just like playing Xbox with them. That's probably my biggest regret.
Right. And here at Ed's, so far, what do you think has been the biggest challenge or difficulty you've had to overcome?
I would probably say in the spring of my sophomore year, I was playing rugby and soccer at the same time. So I played soccer for my club team, TCFC, and I played rugby for here at Eds. So a lot of times I had to like decide if I wanted to go to rugby or to soccer practice, which both my coaches were very accommodating, which was nice, but it was definitely difficult. Sometimes I would have rugby practice and then I'd go to soccer right afterwards, which was tough. So yeah.
Right. If you were to pick one thing, right, in your life that you could change, make different, or like approach in a different light, what would you pick?
It's a tough one. Could you repeat that?
Yeah, like if there was one thing in your life that you could change, do differently, maybe approach from a different angle, just attack maybe at a different perspective, or just overall change, what would you pick? It's a wide question, I get it.
Yeah. Probably. I don't know. I don't know how deep I should go with this. I'd say maybe the way I look at like well, sometimes like at community pier, I'm just hanging around my friends, and we just like sit in like the upper section of like the hallway, and we sit in those couches, and people just like chatting and like laughing and stuff. But when people just walk past, I always feel like they're just judging us and like judging me for being with that group of people, which is just something really hard for me to overcome, and just weighs on my mind. So that would be something I could change, like just lowering my inhibitions when being around friends, I'd say.
Right. And what is the best lesson that you've learned from any event in your life?
I'd say to like focus on living in the moment and to not worry about the future too much, and like because it just gets me stressed out, and I end up losing like the time I have right now. So like try and focus on not just like living for the future and having everything like super planned out, but just like living in the moment and enjoying like what's right in front of me, I'd say.
Right, yeah. It's an important lesson to learn in life. To finish off on kind of a lighter note, since this got pretty deep, what's your favorite soccer team?
Favorite soccer team, right. My favorite team is Chelsea.
Nice.
Based in London. I firmly believe that you can change your wife, you can change your house, you can change where you live, but you can't change your soccer team.
That's the greatest quote ever. That's amazing. All right, thanks for coming on.
Thank you, yeah.